Hi, I am Dr. Arsalan and today we are going to solve the MCQs on forms and functions of plants. As per MDCAT perspectives, it's an important chapter. The first question is, the water which is readily available to the plants can be termed as. Given options are soil water, gravitational water, capillary water or hygroscopic water. The examiner is asking about the water which is available to the plants in the soil, and the plants absorb this water from the soil through root hairs or roots. So multiple options are given here. First is soil water. This is a common word and doesn't seem suitable for this. Next is gravitational water. It's earth water or soil water. Next is the capillary water. As we know that water is transported in the plants through xylem vessels through capillary action. So this water can be termed as capillary water. And the last one is hygroscopic water. Hygroscopic water is something else. Substances like calcium oxide which can absorb water from the atmosphere, from the air. Such substances are called hygroscopic substances, and the water which has been absorbed from the atmosphere is called hygroscopic water. So plants cannot absorb water from the atmosphere, so hygroscopic water cannot be clicked as the correct option. The only correct option here is the capillary water. The water which is available to the plants by transportation through capillary action is called capillary water. Next question is, the water potential of distilled water is, given options are minus 10 bar, 0 bar, 10 bars or 40 bars. Bar is basically the unit of pressure. As we know that the water potential is a sort of osmotic pressure. So the pure water or distilled water, due to lack of electrolytes, minerals, solutes or ions, do not have any type of water potential or solute potential. So the water potential of distilled water or pure water is always 0. So the option B is correct, that the pure water or distilled water has 0 bar potential. Next question is, the minerals like calcium and magnesium are transported in the plants by dash. Given options are xylem, phloem, parenchyma or sclerenchyma. As you know that there are two conducting tissues in the vascular plants, the xylem and phloem. Xylem is basically water and mineral conductor, while phloem conducts the food in the plants. So here he is asking about the minerals calcium and magnesium. Not only the calcium or magnesium, all the other minerals like iodine, magnesium, manganese, strontium, natrium, all of these minerals are transported by the xylem vessels in the plants. So here option A is correct, that xylem is the conductor of calcium and magnesium in the plants. Next question is, dash pathway of the water transport in the plants is supported by cyclosis. As you know that there are three types of pathway which transport water from the soil to the xylem vessels. These are Apoplos pathway, Symplast pathway and the vacuolar pathway. So the options given are imbibition and the three pathways, Apoplos, Symplast and vacuolar pathway. Imbibition is the general process of water absorption by the plants or other surfaces. We will take in account these three pathways of water transportation in the plants across the roots. The Apoplos pathway, it's a dead pathway. Symplast pathway, it is supported by the cytoplasm. And the vacuolar pathway is the transportation of water from one vacuole to other vacuole by means of plasmodesmata connections between the cells. So here he is asking about the pathway of water transport in the plants which is supported by cyclosis. Cyclosis means the cytoplasmic streaming or cytoplasmic movement. So the cytoplasmic streaming or cytoplasmic movement is the living pathway. It is termed as Symplast pathway. So the Symplast pathway is the only pathway which travels across the cytoplasm, and cyclosis is favorable for it. Next question is, dash are the proteins which hinder the Apoplos pathway in the xylem. Given options are Cascarian, Casparian, lipoproteins or fibrinogen. As you know that the Apoplos is a dead pathway or non-living pathway of transportation of water across the roots, in which the water moves across the cell wall of the cells of the roots or intercellular spaces. Both of the cell wall and intercellular spaces are non-living or dead spaces. So by means of Apoplos pathway, the water enters from the soil to the root hairs. Then from the root hair, it is transported across the roots from epidermis, cortex, endodermis and then pericycle, and finally it reaches the xylem vessels. So this is the complete pathway of water transportation across the roots. The schematic diagram may be given as the soil. From soil, water is absorbed by the root hairs and then it is taken into the roots. Root has 4 layers of cells. The first layer is called epidermis, second is called cortex, third layer is called endodermis and the fourth layer is called pericycle. These are the 4 layers of the roots, and then water enters the xylem. This is the xylem vessel which will transport the water across the plant. So in case of Apoplos pathway, the water enters from the soil to the root hair and then the cell wall are intercellular spaces of epidermis, cortex, and then in the endodermis there are Casparian proteins. These Casparian proteins hinder the pathway of the Apoplos pathway, and from there the Apoplos pathway is diminished and the water will shift to the Symplast pathway, in which the water will be transported by the cytoplasm or vacuolar pathway. So here the option B is correct, that the Casparian proteins hinder the pathway of Apoplos during the transportation across the roots in the plants. Next question is, the symbiotic association of fungus and plants is termed as. Given options are mycorrhiza, lichens, parasitic, or mycology. Basically, fungi and plants live in association with each other, and this association is called symbiotic association, in which both of the partners are benefited and they nourish and protect each other. So the first option, mycorrhiza, is the name of association between fungi and plants. So option A is correct. Lichens is the association between fungi and algae. Third is the parasitic mode. As we have stated that this is the symbiotic association, not the parasitic association. So the parasitic association means in which one partner is benefited while the other partner is harmed. And the last is the mycology. Mycology is the study of fungi. Next question is, the science which deals with the study of water and minerals transport in the plants. So given options are plant anatomy, vascularization, plant physiology, or hydrology. The plant anatomy deals with the structures of the plants. Vascularization means the vascular bundles or vascular tissues, which may be xylem or phloem. But here is asking about the water and minerals transport in the plants. So this is the normal function of plants in which these transport water and minerals. And normal functions are called physiology. So the plant physiology, option C is correct for this. Hydrology is the study of water. This is a general term, but here the plant physiology is the most appropriate answer, in which the plant's normal functions and features are studied. Next question is, vase-like plant in which the mode of nutrition is carnivorous. So all these options are carnivorous plants, and out of these carnivorous plant, which plant is shaped like a vase or the flower vase? Given options are sundew, pitcher, flypaper, or Venus flytrap. The flypaper is also called as sundew. So these are the same options, both are the flypaper like. So the carnivorous plant which shapes like a vase, this is called the pitcher plant. So option B is correct for this. Next question is, the sundew plant shows dash mechanism of fly trap. Sundew is basically a carnivorous plant, and it traps flies and insects for its eating and nutritional requirements. Active fly trap, passive fly trap, both are MPOXs. Both and MPOXs have same meaning. MPOXs means dual behavior, having both behavior, the active as well as passive. So these options are incorrect. The sundew plants, they trap the flies and insects by waving its leaves. So they show active parasitic movements. Therefore, these are called as active fly traps. Next question is, dash is also called as flypaper plant. As I've stated earlier, that the sundew plant is also called as flypaper plant due to its shape. So the option A is correct, while the rest of the option, pitcher is vase-like plant, adiantum is not a carnivorous plant, belongs to the class bryophytes of the plants. Venus flower is also a carnivorous plant, but it doesn't resemble the sundew or flypaper. So the option here is the sundew plant, which can also be stated as the flypaper plant due to its similarity in shape with the flypaper. So these were some important MCQs regarding forms and functions of the plant. Thank you.